My child, I am requesting you to spare a few minutes for me. For whatever I am about to tell you is going to shake you. My child, you have no idea, but your love life has many surprises left for you. Yes, my child, your love life, where you never got what you really wished for, has still many surprises left, and they're about to reach your life. My child, listen to me closely, for I have walked with you through every shadowed valley and watched you cry in silence when no one else noticed. I saw your heart break under the weight of promises that were never kept. I witnessed your trust shatter when people you gave your soul to turned away with empty eyes. And yet you kept walking. And yet you kept hoping. That hope, small as it may have seemed to you, was enough for me to work with. Because, my child, I do not need a fortress of faith to move mountains. I only need a whisper of belief, a flicker of surrender. I have seen you reach out for love and find absence. I have seen you give your all and receive nothing but fragments in return. I have seen you pour into others from an empty cup, and I have seen your heart wear scars from battles you should have never fought alone. But hear me now, none of it has gone unseen. Not a single tear fell from your eyes without echoing in my heavens. Not one ache, not one sleepless night, not one desperate prayer went unnoticed. You ask me why it always ends in pain. You ask me why the ones you love never seem to stay, why you're always the one who loves more, gives more, breaks more. My child, the world taught you to believe love is earned through suffering, that you must prove your worth to receive affection, that silence is love, that absence is passion, that brokenness is normal. But I never wrote that script. That is not the love I created you for. I, your creator, am love itself, and I do not give halfway. I do not disappear. I do not injure to teach. My love is not inconsistent. My love is not manipulation. And you, my beloved child, were not created to chase love. You were made to attract it not by striving, but by standing in the truth of who you are in me. You see yourself through the lens of abandonment, but I see you as complete. You carry shame as though it is your identity, but I only see glory upon you. You feel unwanted, but I declare over you this moment, you are chosen, you are seen, you are desired. You are enough, not because of what you do, but because of who you are to me. Now, my child, listen carefully, for this is where the tide turns. The seasons of loss were not in vain. I know they hurt. I know they nearly broke you, but they also prepared you. The emptiness cleared the space. The silence made room for a greater voice. The heartbreak softened your heart to receive the one I am sending. Yes, I said it. The one I am sending. There is someone I have been preparing for you, just as I have been preparing you for them. They will not be perfect, but they will be yours. Not yours to possess or control, but yours to walk beside, to laugh with, to heal with, to grow with. They will not run from your intensity. They will hold it like a gift. They will not resent your depth. They will swim in it. They will not fear your wounds. They will kiss them. But my child, before they arrive, I need you to understand this. They are not your savior. I am. They are not the answer. I am. They are not your peace. I am. If you make them your foundation, they will crumble under the weight. But if you keep me at the center, then love will flourish. You have waited long, and I honor your endurance. You have suffered quietly, and I have gathered every sigh into my heart. And now I am moving. You do not need to chase love, because love is on its way to you. It is not delayed, only refined, and it is coming with purpose, with clarity, with gentleness, with truth. This love will not play with your mind. This love will not belittle your dreams. This love will not leave you questioning your worth. This love will meet you where you are and walk with you into where you are going. And even now, as you hear these words, something in your soul stirs because you recognize my voice. You feel the truth of what I say, even if your mind tries to protect you from disappointment. My child, don't shut down. Don't pull back. Let me in. Let me love you until you can receive love freely. Let me hold the parts of you that tremble when kindness comes close. Let me whisper away the lies that taught you to settle. Let me be the home your heart has longed for. Only then can love find you without breaking you. Only then can it stay. My child, there is no shame in your desire to be loved. I planted that longing within you, but it was never meant to lead you into desperation. It was meant to draw you back to me. Every time you ran towards someone, hoping they'd fill the ache, I stood quietly behind you, waiting for you to realize they couldn't. Not because you were unworthy, but because they were never meant to be your source. I am. I always have been. You thought I was silent. You thought I had forgotten. You thought I didn't care. But I was working in the waiting. I was aligning hearts. I was undoing strongholds. I was clearing paths you didn't even know were blocked. I was removing people who would have delayed your purpose. I was protecting you, even when you felt punished. And now I speak with urgency. Be ready. Prepare your heart, not in fear, but in faith. Do not try to manipulate the timing. Do not try to figure out the how. Just trust. Obey. Stay near to me. The one I bring into your life will mirror my heart for you. They will not complete you, but they will complement you. They will not fix you, but they will walk beside you as you heal. You will not have to shrink to fit inside their world, because they will be building a world with you in it. And my child, for every tear you cried over a love that never came, I am sending laughter. For every sleepless night you spent praying, I am answering with peace. For every time you said, I guess love just isn't for me, I am proving you wrong. Because I never said that. I never withheld love from you. I was simply saving you from what looked like love but wasn't. You will look back at the times you felt most abandoned and realize I was closest to you then. You You will see how I close doors not to hurt you, but to keep your heart from walking into traps. You will thank me for the ones who left, because they could not stay where you were going. You, my beloved, are not hard to love. You are not too much. You are not too broken. You are not invisible. The right heart will see you, and they will not run. They will not need convincing. They will not make you beg for attention. They will honor the softness in you. They will delight in your light. But most of all, they will know, just as you will know. Because I will make it clear. There will be peace, not confusion. There will be alignment, not chaos. There will be truth, not games. I know it's hard to believe, after all you've endured. But that's why I speak to you now, in this quiet space, away from the noise of the world. I want you to hear me, not through religion, not through fear, but through the unmistakable sound of love that comes from the Father who created you. Let your guard down, my child. Let your heart breathe again. Let your soul prepare for joy. Because I am not done writing your story. In fact, I am just getting started. The next chapter is not a repeat of the past. It is a redemption of everything the past tried to steal from you. And I am the author. I do not write tragedies without purpose. I do not end books without victory. My child, you have lingered long enough in the wilderness of your waiting. You have wandered through deserts of disappointment, wandered through nights so dark that you began to wonder if dawn would ever come. And yet, I tell you, I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I am the same God who fulfilled promises when they seemed buried beneath centuries of silence. I am the same God who moved when hope had run dry, who spoke when hearts had stopped listening, who gave when the world had forgotten how to believe. You ask me why I wait so long, why I seem to move only when the flame of hope is almost gone. And I tell you this, not to explain in human logic, but to speak to your spirit. When I move, I do not just answer, I transform. I do not give according to your clock, but according to eternity's purpose. I do not rush because your heart is anxious. I build slowly because what I build cannot be shaken. Look to those who came before you. And listen, my child, to the testimony of time. For many of my chosen were in the middle of the mundane, caught in moments they thought were empty, when I broke in and rewrote their story. Did Abraham not live year after year with a barren promise, his hair graying under the weight of unanswered prayers? He stood beneath the stars I created, and I told him his descendants would outnumber them. But what did he have? An aging body, a tired wife, a womb that had forgotten how to open, and yet, when they least expected, I came. I breathed life into what was thought dead, and Isaac was born, not merely a child, but a seed of nations, a fulfillment that could only be me. Not man's effort, but my power. Do you understand, my child? I waited until there was no way, so you would know it was I who made one. And Sarah, who laughed because hope felt like mockery. Did she not cradle laughter itself in her arms when I fulfilled my word? Her disbelief did not stop me. Her doubt did not deter me, for I am not fragile like man. I do not falter because your faith wavers. When I have spoken, I will do it, and nothing, not age, not time, not circumstance can prevent my will. Joseph, my beloved dreamer, betrayed, abandoned, imprisoned. Did he not once dream of honor and elevation? And yet, the pit swallowed him. Chains bound him. Years went by and his dream lay buried in silence. But I had not forgotten. No prison can hold the plans I set in motion. In a moment, yes, in a single divine breath, I lifted him from the dungeon to the throne. I didn't just fulfill his dream, I elevated him beyond what he could imagine. For what he thought was delay was actually preparation. And my child, you too must understand. Some of your greatest delays are merely me building depth in your soul so that what I give won't destroy you. When I fulfill a promise, it must be able to stand under glory. And Ruth, do you remember her? A widow, a foreigner, a woman with nothing but loyalty to her name. She followed Naomi, not knowing that I had already aligned Boaz's field with her footsteps. Did she wake up that morning knowing her life was about to change forever? No. She went to glean, to survive. And yet, there in that field I had orchestrated redemption. She was seen, noticed, honored. She became not just a wife, but a legacy woven into the lineage of kings, yes, into the bloodline of my son. Do you see, child? I did not shout my plans. I moved in the ordinary. I transformed the routine into destiny. So never despise the small days, the unseen acts, the whispered prayers. I dwell there, often more than in the fire or the storm. And David, my shepherd boy, turned king. He sang to me in the fields, unnoticed by men. When the prophet came, no one even thought to call him inside. He was overlooked, underestimated. Yet I saw him. I chose him. And though he was anointed, he did not ascend the throne the next day. No, he ran from Saul, hid in caves, lived as a fugitive. But in those shadows I molded him, so that when he did wear the crown, he would know who placed it on his head. Do not think I have forgotten you, because you are still in your field, still in your cave. I see you. I chose you. And in due time, what is yours will find you, not by striving, not by force, but by my hand. And my child, look at Hannah. Year after year she wept, her womb closed, her heart aching. She was mocked, ridiculed by those who had what she longed for. And yet, in the bitterness of her soul, she poured herself before me, not with perfection, but with honesty. And I remembered her. I opened her womb and gave her Samuel a prophet, a voice that would shake kings and usher in eras. Do you hear me? What you birth through pain may become the very sound I use to guide generations. and Mary, my chosen vessel, young, unknown, unseen by the world. And yet I sent an angel to her. I found her in the quiet and overshadowed her with my spirit. She did not ask for greatness. She simply said yes. And through her, the Savior came. When she least expected, I entrusted her with the impossible. And what of Peter Fisherman? Impulsive, flawed. He had already packed his nets when I stepped into his boat. He had already given up on a good catch that day. Yet, I said, cast again. And when he obeyed, not only did the nets overflow, his life changed forever. He left the fish and followed me. I did not come to him when his nets were full. I came when his hands were empty. Because I do not need your success, I need your surrender. Do you understand, my child? The pattern has always been the same. I come when the soil of your heart is ready. And that readiness often comes through longing, through loss, through brokenness. Not to harm you, but to shape you. Because fragile hearts cannot carry glory, and glory is what I intend to place upon your life. And even now, in your quiet, aching wondering, I am moving. You do not see it. You do not feel it. But I am aligning moments, people, circumstances. What you think is random is being written by my hand. When the people of the past received what they had once given up on, they looked back and saw that I was there all along. The weeping, the waiting, the wandering, it all had purpose. It was the pressing that brought the oil. It was the crushing that released the fragrance. You cannot carry the weight of promise until you have known the ache of longing. And my child, I say this gently, your waiting is not punishment. It is preparation. I know it hurts. I know you've questioned. I know you've said, maybe it's not for me. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I hoped too much. But I tell you, no hope rooted in me is ever wasted. No tear shed in prayer is ever lost. I collect them. I count them. I redeem them. When Noah built the ark, he had never seen rain. Faith wasn't easy, it was madness to the world. He waited decades, mocked, misunderstood. But when the flood came, he was not destroyed. He was carried. Because obedience stores up safety in the unseen. When Moses led my people, they faced oceans with no way through. But I split the sea. Not before they got there, when they stood trembling, surrounded by impossibility. I move when your eyes are fixed on me, and there is no plan B. When Elijah stood against the prophets of Baal, fire did not fall until the altar was soaked in water, until all hope of natural flame was extinguished. And then I came in power. Because when there's no way but me, I make a way that no one can deny. Child, I say again, many of my children received their miracles when they least expected, when they had just settled into silence, when they had buried the dream, when they had learned to live without what they once cried for. But I am not bound by your expectations. I do not move by your timeline. I move by truth and love and purpose. I move when the soil is right, when the time is ripe, when the fruit will not rot from being rushed. So don't give up now. Don't bury what I've planted. It may look like nothing is growing, but roots take time. And when the roots are deep, the tree will stand through any storm. What you thought you lost, I will return in ways greater than what you imagined. What you thought was delayed, I have preserved. What you thought was dead, I am resurrecting. Even now, there are doors swinging open you have not seen. Hearts softening that you thought were closed. Journeys beginning that will intersect with yours at the perfect moment. You will not have to force it. You will not have to chase it. My goodness will overtake you. Like Esther, you will discover that you were being positioned for such a time as this. You thought you were just surviving, but I was placing you exactly where your impact would echo for generations. And my child, when it comes when what you once begged for suddenly arrives, do not be afraid. Do not sabotage it with fear. Receive it with thanksgiving. Recognize my fingerprints on it. Trust that I give good gifts. Trust that you are ready. You've been made ready not by perfection, but by the process. And I will remind you, just as I reminded those before you, when the fulfillment arrives, it will not be unfamiliar. Your soul will recognize it. Because while you waited, I was whispering it to your spirit. Every longing, every ache, every dream was me preparing you for what's coming. So stand firm. The pages are turning. What was once a whisper is becoming a roar. I am rewriting your ending. I am restoring what the years tried to steal. And when you least expect, when your hands are simply open and surrender, what you once thought was lost forever will be laid gently into your hands. You will not have to question if it's from me. The peace will be unmistakable. The timing will be undeniable. And the joy, oh, the joy will silence every lie that told you it would never happen. I am not the God of maybe. I am the God of promises fulfilled. And I am not done with you. Watch and see. Amen.